Alright guys, two big topics before the regular booster box updates. So these gold cards are up 50% from about release. And I think these are kind of the real deal to some extent, at least for now. Long term, we still haven't have enough data to see how these will do long term. Like very well, years from now they could crash. I remember rainbow cards from Sword and Shield, like they're the rave, and then like no one liked them or no one cared for the artwork. So that's kind of why I'm a little skeptical of like these new rarities. Like I was like, I don't know how you can beat like special illustration rares, like special illustration rares like this. I thought that these would do a lot better than they were doing. Like they could go up later. But the gold cards have really taken on the stage, and I'm just constantly looking for the new ways or the new next big thing that Pokemon's kind of doing in terms of like kind of their normal mechanics. Like Pokemon, like PC ETB stamps, like a lot of people talked about early, but it took a while for that to take off. Versus you see other things don't necessarily take off as much. Like for these gold cards have been rising. These are up 50%. Like this is up about like from 540 to about like $800. So that's about like I think 45 to 50%. And Gardevoir over here, a little less popular. But it was selling at a low of like 480 to about like 700. Even there's only a couple of these until they go to like about 880 or 780 or 800. And yeah, so these are up a lot. But then you look at the other chases, like they're all down, and usually singles do drop during the release. So like you're not seeing that it's just because it's Mega and not just because Mega's gone up so much, because Mega has definitely gone up a lot. And like you look at this, the Gardevoir over here is pretty flat. There's this weird sort of dip here to 150. I don't know what that is, but when I looked at the history, I saw mostly like higher prices. Like pre-release was like 500. Now all the prices are like 300s, 350s. But the graph is relatively flat. Like it's not that huge of a difference. Volume is like okay. It's like in the 5s to 15s. For Mega Lucario over here, yeah, it's been pretty flat around 270. There was like 11 more sold yesterday. Like not a huge sold. I mean, like there's pretty expensive cards. For like I just looked at the best selling ones. So there's this Lily Determination over here. And this has been dropping. It's dropped to like 170. Right now it's around 160. So it's been around the same price. Another Lily's Determination. And this has been like a $30 card. Not really one of the big chases. Megalatias over here, yeah, you see the graph just goes straight down. It's down to like 180, down from like 200, like mid 200s or low 200s. And so yeah, I'm just a lot of it's just really like the rarities there, like 1 out of about 1200 packs. That's what takes to pull a gold card. These are just really rare. So I think that really helps because it gives these boxes a really big chase. Without like really destroying the set. Like the other cards are a little more pullable. You can get them, you get your normal experience. You just have this like really random chase, and you'll have like a ton of people get the experience. Like, oh wow, they opened the one pack or something, or opened one booster box, and they got the gold card, and like it really makes their day. And it's that's really what this hobby is really made of. A lot of it. So I'm still looking at like these new sort of things. Like I covered the stamps or the enhanced promos for the booster boxes. That also has its own thing, but like just this like rarity sort of thing. Scarcity makes these cards worth like a ton. Also want to look at the Black Bolt, White Flare, like the really black one, really white cards, whatever, to see how they're doing. The other topic that I wanted to talk about is like these Mega Charizard UPCs are going up even more. I saw this the other day. So I covered this a few days ago. I said it went up $100. Like during pre-release, like this is a very like unusual graph. Pre-release starts selling 250. Usually pre-release prices are lower or higher, at least at the very start of it. And then it shot up to 350. And then just like a few days ago, it dropped. It went up to about $400. So right now you see selling for like $400. I know TCG Player is a small sample size, but these have really gone up a lot. I've seen. I've been looking at the success channel for on Pokenofy Discord. Not that I ever get anything from there. Don't really have the time. But yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people get Mega Charizard UPC. They think Walmart. Some people are like, oh, I got 12, I got 24, or whatever. So yeah, like it's obviously a really good thing to get. Gonna be really popular. I don't know how well you long term, but just the artwork of like these sets are like really really good. So like Dazzle Flames, Mega Charizard, obviously like these things will do pretty well long term. And I don't know how much higher this will go. Like honestly, a 250 seemed kind of cheap to me, because like no, just double. I remember Prismatic, just double MSRP. You're like, wait, really? I could just get this for a double MSRP. They dropped 200, and you know that was the time to buy. Even 250 was kind of a fine time to buy. And then for his Mega Charizard, like it might drop down, but I don't know if there'll be enough supply. The packs, for better or for worse, are still so-so, and we'll see how the promo card kind of does. All right, Scarlet booster boxes. Paldea Evolved is starting to get bought out, the cheap ones, and I'm starting to try to compare this. I've been trying to compare this to the last kind of pattern where it kind of, you see Paldea Evolved in the last 6 months, it would like dip a little bit, and then it would just go straight back up to like by like $100 or so. And so Paldea Evolved went down to like I think the 430s, 440 the other day, and then yesterday it went back up to 460, which is where it was on the 1st of October, and the high that it reached for like one day was about 490, but couldn't really maintain that. But it did jump all the way from like 447 to 490, and now we're at 460 now, so haven't quite gone all the way up, but I have seen Paldea Evolved demand rise a little bit. You see like there's been a lot of days without sales this month, and the last couple of days have been selling like 2 or 3 almost every day. Like the last 5 days, 2 or 3 almost every day. So some of the cheaper Paldea Evolved has been bought. I've been saying, hey, just look at the price ladder. Like the price ladder does go back up to pretty close to where the previous high was pretty quickly. Some boxes like Obsidian Flames also has been doing like a little better than expected. I think Paldea Evolved, if it is starting to recover, it might be a little faster than it was before. But yeah, Obsidian Flames, usually when it stagnates, it's like down for a lot longer, but it's kind of gone back to like the 4, kind of where it was before, 445, the previous high. It's been maintained that pretty well, so I don't know if we're gonna see a price rise after that. Like I do see some 370s down there. Twilight Masquerade dropped down to 335. Sold one yesterday. I did mention there was a lot of people selling at 350, so expect some cheaper sellers. Archer Breaks is there, which tries to undercut a lot of people and kind of mess up the market. And yeah, they put 4 there at 335. So here's just some cheaper Twilight for you. After that goes to 340 and 345. Paradox went back up to 380s, which is good. Sold 5 yesterday. And let's look at the prices. Yeah, people bought some of the cheaper Paradox. I see some 250s, 260s over there. Now it's still pretty stagnant around the 280s, to be honest. For Scarlet base, you see it's been selling about 2 per day, but the price ladder still looks pretty bad. So yeah, not really much of a gain if you buy all the boxes on the first page. For Temporal Forces at 293. Sold 0 the last couple of days. Let me look at the graph. The price data supports that. I told you guys for Stellar and Temporal, they have a quick rise to 300. But after that, like the price stagnates. So yeah, you see a lot of boxes around $300 for Temporal and for Stellar Crown over here. I'm starting to get the feeling, like I think I've had this feeling for a while, that Stellar Crown will do quite well price wise. I think that it was just in a really good place. People opened it instead of searching Sparks because they could buy it, and people like the Squirrel and Bulbasaur. And I've mentioned the 151 effect before, or like the initial like 150 Pokemon for 151. They just have a really strong effects on things, and I think a lot like people like there's not really a reason to print a Stellar Crown, just because like there's other sets that people like better. But I think part of like just the scarcity, people like to open it enough, make it so it's probably gonna rise. But you know, it's keeping up with a lot of other sets pretty well. And then Surging Sparks, as that, you know, it's even more than Surging Sparks right now. Like, can you imagine, like when Surging Sparks was on its one's rampage, you could have bought like all the Stellar Crown that you want, and then now, Stellar Crown is actually more expensive than Surging Sparks. And you're like, wait, what the, like, you know, a lot of people would have traded like, you know, 1.5 or more booster boxes of Stellar Crown for Surging Sparks, and now you're like, they're the value is completely reverse. Yeah, Surging Sparks can't even make it to like 295. Did sell 9 yesterday, But yeah, Pokemon just keeps printing enough. Long term, I think it'll probably surpass Surging Stellar Crown once like Pokemon stops trying to print it to Oblivion. But yeah, we'll kind of see. I guess they're not printing to Oblivion, but you can kind of tell compared to everything else, like they're printing it more. And I'm kind of tired of seeing like Surging Sparks booster boxes for vending machines because they just keep increasing the supply. As far as the price increases, Surging Sparks up 6, Paradox up 12, Paldea up $20, Sydney Flames up 3.5, Twilight Masquerade down 4.5, and then SU Base down 1. Alright, so some of the top sets keep dropping. So Fusion Strike is at $9.90 now. It's getting further away from that $1,000 mark. And you see like this, Pokemon Joe that has 4 of them for not a bad deal, like $9.80, $10 shipping, and then you can save on some shipping, so like about $9.82 a box. The Gengar, I just had this pulled up in some tabs. The Gengar VMAX sold 6 yesterday, which is a lot more than usual. So I think someone paid $900 for 3 of them. So someone bought some people paid quite a bit. You see a $950 sale and a $900 sale. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then Lost Origin is finally below $800. So it kind of had to rise, and now it's really dipped back. All those gains from that buyouts are pretty much gone. You saw it was around $800 before, and now it's even lower than it was before. So yeah, the buyout didn't really work. Kind of the wrong time to do it. Silver Tempest, it sold 0 yesterday. It's been selling once a bunch every week. So I wonder if it's the same person buying up all this Silver Tempest. But yeah, it's below 500 now. It's about 485. For Chilling Rain, it's about 520 still. No sales the last couple of days. No sales since October 1st, and you see a bunch of them around 520. So yeah, I wonder. Yeah, you see some 100% feedback sellers, so possibly a good time if you want it. I'm not sure when the bomb's gonna be. Evolving Skies sold 0 the last 2 days, but did sell a little more before that. You see now 3 boxes around 2,600, so it's a little more. But I think people are careful not to list around 25 or 2,400 because that might be a little too cheap. For Brilliant Stars, you see some boxes around 515, so one around 535. But yeah, you see some deals, and then box price goes back to 550. I feel like Brilliant Stars has maintained its price pretty well. And then Astral Rain is no sales. Still has a good price ladder, but still not doing so well. And yeah, you see Silver Tempest down 23, Lost Origin down 10, Fusion Strike down 8. A lot of the bigger sets gone down. Meanwhile, Sword and Shield base went down 120. Rebel Clash is down 24. So Sword and Shield base is down to the 500s. See 2 boxes around 525. Actually, 2 sellers. Pokemon Joe is 4, and then you get to 600. So these are pretty volatile boxes just because there's not a lot of activity. Rebel Clash, I was a little surprised the price went up. There's only 1 box there at 505, and it goes to 600. So I don't really know exactly what the price for Rebel Clash is. I mean, most sellers selling for 600, but there's always no sales. Tartarus Blaze, no sales yesterday. Did sell the last 2 days. Vivid Voltage sold 2 boxes yesterday, and Battle Styles sold no boxes for the last 3 days. But yeah, I didn't really notice this. I didn't really take a price inventory for this. But yeah, Rebel Clash at 505, it's a lot of the boxes finally surpassed it. Silver Tempest went down, but Silver Tempest a lot of times is around the same price or higher. Breeding Stars is higher. Chilling Rain is usually higher. I mean, there's only one until 600. But yeah, it kind of shows that even with these worser sets, sometimes it's still better to buy the sure thing. They will seem to rise more. And then Sword and Shield base, it's still one of the more expensive sets at usually 600. Now it's down 525. But you can see that if you bought Sword and Shield base Rebel Class, it really might have not been worth it because the other sets are kind of surpassing it still, and they're definitely more liquid. That wraps things up for this video. I hope you walked away with a better understanding of the market. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more deep dives in the Pokemon market. Tell me what's the next big investment you're considering in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you all later.